Okay, so today I am actually not going to show what I traded. I did have a small green day, super excited about that. But I'm going to show a trade that I a trade that I didn't take. Um, and if you're learning, this is what trading looks like. Sometimes you're watching, and in the end, you don't take the trade. So I'm going to show that today. And, the market was a little bit blah today. I mean, Bitcoin had creeped up a little bit, but, I wasn't expecting a hot market today. And I had two red days in a row. So super bummed out and playing it very, very conservative today. So I just wanted to show you sort of the logic behind why I didn't trade this stock. And that stock is ARTL. Okay. So I'm going to explain why I didn't trade ARTL. So first of all, it popped up on my scanners somewhere around here. Okay. Somewhere between 7 and 8. And I use Warrior Trading's scanners. So it popped up on my scanners and it looked to me like it met the 5 pillars of stock selection. I follow Ross Cameron's program for trading small caps. I've taken his classes and the 5 pillars of stock selection, which ARTL seem to meet, are price between $2 and $20, float below 20 million, the relative volume 5 times the 50-day average, and the price gapping up more than 10% since the previous day's close. That's 4. 5 is um, breaking news. Okay, so it had all 5 pillars, and I really liked the breaking news. I like biotech. I feel like that's like a real thing, you know, like so. I was really excited about it. It popped up on my scanner and I started watching it. And I was looking for the first pullback. I'm a new trader, so I am trying to trade pretty basic setups. So I was watching it right around here, and right at this point at $8.22, it started to turn around. Okay. The volume increased as the price was increasing. The volume started to decrease as the price was decreasing. This is all good, but it was this candle right here where I changed my mind about getting in. So you could see that the volume didn't continue to decrease and the price dropped pretty rapidly. Even though the MACD was green, the price dropped below VWAP. So VWAP is the volume weighted average price. And generally, when the price falls below VWAP, the bears are in charge. And when the price goes above VWAP, the bulls are in charge. So I was looking to trade as long as it stayed above VWAP for the most part. I mean, it might dip down a little bit, but you know. So I continued to watch it, thinking, well, what if it broke back up above VWAP, and you can see that the MACD is starting to go back towards the signal line, and I, one of my indicators is that I would only trade if the MACD was green. This one I struggle with. Sometimes I accidentally trade, pick the right stock, and all the indicators are there, but I forget to look at the MACD and it's red. And I'm telling you, it does make a big difference. That has been a source of regret for me. So I kept watching it down here. I thought it might recover and go for a break of VWAP, which is another setup, but I'm trying to stick to really basic setups. So I decided not to trade this stock today. And I would say that for me, a big part of that is it's a colder market and I am coming off of 2 red days. I wanted to be really conservative and only pick stocks that were A quality setups. Okay, there were a couple of other stocks that, let's see, that I looked at but didn't trade. There was another one here, CODX, that also popped up on my scanner today. And again, I marked off where the high of day was because if I did try to get in on a bull flag breakout, then my first target for profit would be that high of day. So again, this pulled back and yeah, it just dropped below VWAP. So in the volume, yeah, it dropped below VWAP. So here again, it had news that seemed pretty good. It met the 5 pillars of stock selection, but I didn't see everything that I wanted to see. Okay, so let's see. There were a few more. There's another one that I also didn't trade. IMNN. Okay, so this one, I started watching it after this first pullback, and I was looking for a second pullback. And here, it started to turn over, but again, the volume started to increase, and it was below VWAP. So that right there told me, nope. I mean, in a hot market, maybe some of these might work. I'm not sure, but I'm trying to be really, really, really conservative right now. I really, really wanted a green day. Okay, so let's just talk about what I did well when I was watching these 3 stocks that I didn't trade. Okay, what I did really well was I made sure first that I selected the right stock. Okay, and no one has a crystal ball. No one knows for sure what the right stock is, but I did make sure that each of those stocks met the 5 pillars of stock selection. In a hot market, I'm going to be a loosey-goosey with those pillars of stock selection, but this month it's been rough, and I had 2 red days in a row. I'm not a happy camper, so I wanted to be very, very strict with myself as far as my trading rules. And the other thing I did well is I looked at the indicators. I made sure I looked at the MACD, I looked at the VWAP. We didn't talk about resistance at the 200 EMA on the daily chart. There were other things that I did look at. I want you to know that. I have other indicators that I look at, but I wanted to talk in particular about the ones that made me decide not to trade specifically. So that was good. Luckily for me, I had 2 green trades today. There are days where I trade a lot, probably more than I should. I don't revenge trade usually, but like I just get caught up in it. And so I trade longer than I should. I'm trying to be better about cutting it off right at 10 or 11. If it's cold, 10. If it's hot, 11. And but today I did have 2 green trades. So let me take a look at one of them. We can talk about what I did right. Okay, so here you can see this one was QNRX. Yeah. So here I was looking for, it popped up here. This QNRX, yeah. So it met the 5 pillars of stock selection. My MACD was green. It pulled back a little bit here. Okay. And I was looking for it to break this point right here. Okay. This point right here, which was looking for it to pull. So it pulled back, but it kind of was creating this flat top. This was actually a flat top breakout. Sorry. And so I was looking for it to break over this level here. It kind of did here. It went over. It was just, it broke over, and I got in really quick, and I basically had set a stop at $50. So I traded 500 shares, and I said, okay, if the price goes down 10 cents a share, I'm out no matter what. No matter what. This is something I've been working on, is getting out when I say I'm going to get out. Okay. And I was hoping to get 20 cents a share. So I did that. So let's go to, I'm going to bring over my trader view, which is what I use to analyze my trades. Okay, this is what I use to analyze my trades. All right, so you can see here that I set my initial risk at $50. That's something that I've started doing with TraderView, and you can see here it shows that my round trip was 1,000 shares. So I bought 500 and then I sold 500. So that shows that I traded 1,000. Because my return was $104, this gross return number, 2.08, it means that I made twice 2.08 times my initial risk. That is like perfect. That is what I'm looking for. Like, I was so happy about this. So, um, so let's see. I have some charts set up on TraderView to analyze my trades, and with some of my indicators. Uh, okay, so you can see here I was looking for this flat top breakout, which is, I have um, 3 setups that I'm working right now, which is bull flag breakout, flat top breakout, and micro pullback. But the micro pullback, I'm like really struggling with that. So it broke out over this level. I got in, and it kind of moved around up here, and I was looking for 20 cents a share, and I was able to get out at that 20 cents a share point. So you can see here I got into the trade, and this shows my trade running P&L. Okay, and this shows my daily P&L. So here, this is what I like about TraderView, is that you can see, okay, I had one trade that was green, and then my second trade was green. And yesterday it was just, it literally looked like a bloodbath. It was horrible. Okay, so, and here you can see that when I bought the 500 shares, it didn't fill the order all at the same time. So I got a little bit of slippage going in, and I got a little bit of slippage going out. So that's kind of cool. I don't know why these are not yet calculated. I just upgraded to the gold plan. So I thought those would be there. I don't know if it needs more data to download. I'm not sure. But in any case, so that was um, that trade. And my second trade was also green. Again, super, super happy with it. Here, let me go into that one. Again, I set a risk of $50, okay, meaning that I was trading 500 shares and I was willing to risk 10 cents a share. What that means is that if it dropped down 10 cents a share, I was supposed to sell immediately. This is something that I am struggling with. It's like having to accept these losses can be really, really difficult. I let my losers go too long and then I have bigger losses and I'm afraid to let my winners run because I just want to get the profit. And so that's a big struggle for me right now. Okay, so here on this one, I'll just go over it real quick. This was a bull flag breakout as well. This was a bull flag breakout, but I got in a little late, okay? And I I don't know, my instincts were telling me did eventually go up further, but I would have had to ride out this other pullback. So I don't know. I was feeling like it was green on the day and it had 2 red days, and I didn't want to lose the gains that I made, so I just decided to take the profit. So I ended up getting $50.05. So you can see my gross return is 1.001R. Now see here, it looks like it's trying to calculate these numbers. Well, in any case, so what did I do wrong on those trades? Well, I got in a little late on the second bull flag breakout. I guess you could say I could have done that. But today I ended up with 2 green trades. Thank you. I'm back in the green after 2 really bad red days. Super happy about that. But even more so, I'm really proud of myself for not trading those other 3 stocks, because that shows that I'm really dialing in on my strategy and I'm being good about sticking to my rules, and that feels really good. Okay, so if you're on the same journey that I'm on, maybe you're a new trader, maybe you're curious what trading is like, subscribe. I'm documenting wins, losses. I will be talking about why I select stocks or why I don't trade certain stocks. I'll be talking probably about things like my indicators and my stock selection. I'll be going more into depth in that. I use TraderView to analyze my trades, so I'm planning on doing a few videos about TraderView. And that's pretty much it. See you tomorrow.